Okay, next up is a film written and directed by the great Francis Ford Coppola, who, of course, gave us the force behind the Godfather franchise and other great films like Apocalypse Now and The Conversation. This movie is called Tetro, and it's a surrealist use of black and white. It has a surrealist use of black and white is what I meant to say. Sorry, and it's what this a film like this actually really needs. The film stars the most enigmatic actor of our time, Vincent Gallo, as a title character of Tetro, a man living in exile in Argentina, trying to escape his terrorized past, but can't escape the memories and effects that it's had on him. Now, Gallo is really good here, and he gives a shattering and unrelenting performance, and Tetro is a very uneasy person who doesn't trust a single soul except for his love interest, Miranda, played by Maribel Verdú. And through the film, Tetro lives his life and encounters trials, and by that I mean stuff like seeing his younger brother, whom just has reminded him too much of his past, so he never wanted to see him again, but he shows up at his doorstep, and he's played in a scene-stealing performance by Alden Ehrenreich, and who in this one role could be seen as a driving force in Hollywood. He's that good here. Now, despite all the good things in this film, it's all build up and no payoff for the most part. And movies like that really just drive me up the wall. If you're going to give us, if you're not going to give us a payoff, then don't make a movie that promises one. I wouldn't have been so dissatisfied if they'd gone that route, maybe in that direction. I didn't, however, enjoy the relationships in this film, especially between Tetro and Benny, his brother, as Benny just can't seem to comprehend as to why Tetro is the way he is, how he's closed himself off from the world, but yet he's always seen his brother in nothing but high regard, and he always thought of his brother as a brilliant man that he wanted to be like. He wants to think the best of his brother, and it really comes off really well in this family, but it seems to create a little bit of reluctance and tension from Tetro's standpoint, and a bewildering failure to understand from Benny's point of view, and you can really see it really come off very well in this film. However, the film itself, the stuff in between, just really just kind of died. There was nothing interesting going on here. I was not interested in any of the other stuff that was going on in this film. The flashbacks, this film, I guess you can compare it like a reverse style of 1998's American History X, starring Edward Norton, where the flashbacks were in black and white and the present was in color. But in that film, it was created that way because the black and white way created the world of focused thought that Edward Norton's character of Derek Vineyard lived in, and the color was used from a philosophical point of view, or sorry, psychological. Sorry, I get my big words mixed up. Standpoint as well, seeing the world outside of the old hatred and outside the prison walls he's been trapped in. Here, all it's really doing is saying, "Oh, well, this is a flashback." Now, I said earlier that, like, this is a flashback. Let's show it in color. Now, I said earlier that the black and white is really gives the film some life here, but to me, the flashbacks just seem very, I don't know, something's just not right there. But there's also just not, it's lacking the elements that really make a film like this maintain that effect, if you will, that the black and white had. And by the end, it wasn't maintained. I also felt the flashbacks between Tetro and his father was another reason why, there's just a reason why his past is so disturbed, but yet it was not only disappointing in terms of payoff, the actual build itself just seemed to be lacking real energy. I felt at least that if they give us a proper payoff and build into something special and extraordinary, that it will blow me away, it'll be worth the wait. Well, it didn't, and it wasn't. Coppola has proven time and time again he's one of the best directors of our time. But as a director, he hasn't even made a remotely great film since Peggy Sue Got Married. He's made a few good ones and a couple of awful ones. As a producer, we've seen he's still got it with films like Marie Antoinette and The Good Shepherd. As well as a writer, he's still in good form with the more recent Youth Without Youth. And here he does it all. So what does this mean for Coppola as a behind-the-camera force, as a great filmmaker? I believe he's still got one great film left in him, but I'm still waiting. Now, despite the great performances by Gallo and Ehrenreich, I cannot recommend this film because the elements it was lacking. However, their performances are unbelievable, so if you're a fan of Gallo, and I know some indie film fans are, and you want to check out the new kid on the block, Ehrenreich, check it out. So I give Tetro 2.5 stars out of 5.